It's 5 o'clock, and I kind of feel like I don't have a whole lot to show for today, but I'll show what I got anyway. We'll see if it is of interest. I did finish getting the one-armed wheelbarrow up the hill, the one that the neighbor had, I think, accidentally dropped over the cliff at one point, and then wasn't able or interested in retrieving. Another thing that I got done was starting the support wall here. I think 1 or 2 more trips with T-posts on the bus. Yes, that's what I've been doing. And I can manage to do the whole length. But what I've been wandering around a lot, pondering though, is how the heck I gonna get enough pulpwood to finish this, because the pulpwood is very much in use of what I can reach, and the stuff that is kind of beyond where I can reach comfortably, there's tons of, but a lot of good that does me, huh? So, oh, I'm sorry, here comes a train. See it? There you go. That's that noise. The other noise that sounds like, almost like wind, you always hear out here because it's the highway. And pretty soon the leaves are going to start filling out, so we won't know what that sound is anymore. We'll just hear it. I won't be able to show it to you pretty soon here as spring comes along. It is the 2nd of March, maybe the 1st of March. Oh shoot, I don't even know. And so spring's coming. Though our safe plant out day is, I consider my safe plant out day to be Mother's Day here in Pittsburgh. And even then, I leave my little plastic containers over the warm weather plants like peppers and tomatoes till the beginning of June. Because our cold nights are cold. We get cold nights, that's what I want to say. And that's difficult. Whew. The train says, I was going to cross a street. They have to toot 3 times, which is really funny when they're going through over there, because there's a street crossing every single block up in this section, and they just slow down to a crawl and just pull the horn constantly for about 20 minutes. Yeah, so I want to continue this along here. Well, I guess like along here. Right here was difficult because there's like a huge chunk of old cement, which I think was just poured down over the hill. So it's all rock in between these two, so I'm going to need longer sticks. I put 1 more of my T-posts, U-posts technically, right here on the lower level. And then mostly I've just been poking around trying to figure out what I'm doing with myself down here. It's really quite confusing in as far as my current decision-making process. Because, like, I'm so tempted to stabilize down there, but what I'm gonna do next is up here. But I still need pulpwood material, and that's all down there, and it just feels like a yo-yo, you know what I mean? Like, whew, it's tough. It's a tough decision-making process right now. Like, how am I going to handle this? Yep. So I will probably trim out some of the branches from this native. But I really want to see it bloom first, so that's something. If it's a female, it's a food source. If it's a male, well, then we got to get some females up here. Oh my gosh, look! They're John Deere tractors. There's like, what? That's hilarious. There's like 12 train cars worth of John Deere tractors down. That's hilarious. I've never seen John Deere tractors on a train. That was distracting. Yeah. So, this is how it's looking. I do want to go up here real quick, and there's 2 things I want to show you above. I still can't believe how, like, advanced all of the trees and like all of the greenery is. And that's one thing I'm going to show you pretty soon. That green I just pointed to is a daylily, which I may or may not actually want there, but at the moment it's a good thing to have. So one thing I want to show, oh, I'm sorry, I'm bouncing. Let me think about that a little harder. I want to show from this angle over here. Oh, oink. Just like the overview, because there's that first stairwell, and then you walk across here, and then there's the second stairwell I did, and the whole lower level. Tried to focus on my finger, that's not great. So, for so long as there's not a ton of greenery confusing that view, I did want to get to show you that. And then I'm ready for more wood chips. I ordered them last Sunday. It's now Sunday again. So, I don't know when they'll come. Like I said, it's a free program, so you don't get a whole lot of choices. It comes faster if you allow them to send, quote, a few logs. And I looked at the pictures of the logs. They're not as crazy as I thought they'd be. My cat has been terrible recently. And that's why the towels are out here. Bathroom floor towels are not a litter pan kitty. Very annoyed. So, Randall is not allowed upstairs right now. And I don't know if we'll be able to train him out of that, because that was a surprise. It's a bummer, because the kitten sleeps through the night much better when Randall's up there, so I've been getting like my head pranced on in the middle of the night. Fun. We do have some rhubarb coming up. That's nice. But here's one thing that I think is interesting. It's March 1st, and look who's coming to visit. We'll probably have an open daffodil tomorrow. Isn't that cool? And I don't know if you realize just how many snowdrops I have. Like all along here, and here, couple there. They just divide really aggressively. I only planted a few, but it was like 10 years ago. Here and there and in there. And then like this whole row. There's rhubarbs in there too, but they come up later. I hope they're all okay. I don't see why they wouldn't be. This is like where they were. I don't want to pull on them because I might dislodge the root system or something. But yeah, so this is a really aggressive, but quickly goes green. This is the only time of year that actually has red stalks, is in February and early March, and while it's still snowing. Here's the apple and the pear. Apple, pear, and Prunus besseyi in the middle, which is a native cherry. Great big holes that is a holding pattern for some more native sumac back here. These are both native sumacs that I trimmed and yanked out of the hillside, so I wanted them to stay alive. So into the hole they went. These are here and here are both, they're both native of the hazelnut, which of course I'm getting 13 more of. Yeah, that's the right answer, yeah. This spring. More snowdrops. And yeah, they bloomed like a week ago, and it's snowed a couple times since, so it's fine. They're fine. They're Dutch. They don't care. They will take over, but they really don't care what the weather is. Like, if it gets cold or whatever, they only go bad if it gets too warm. I'm looking forward to the warm weather speeding up my compost again, because I sure filled this sucker up. And I'm looking forward to pulling some more out the bottom and having it get space again. So, yep. There's snowdrops in here. And they're kind of sprinkled around the yard, but I'm not sure if there's only one coming up. There used to be a bunch naturalized over there too. But yep, this is how it's looking. And I got stuff done, but not a ton. Mostly just thinking really hard. I really feel like I've spent a lot of time just like staring at my plans these last few weekends. Last weekend I spent a ton of time putting in these wood chips and getting to the hillside safer so I'm not slipping all over the place. But other than that, the last few weekends, other than the wood chip moving, really feel like it's just been a lot of staring at things. You know, what do I need? What can I do? How is this going to work? So, yeah, planning is good. I highly recommend planning. It's good. And I hope you're doing really well. That's about all for today. Singular daffodil opening up and all. Take care. Bye.